good evening. This is Sound Dog Steve wishing you a very pleasant evening. And here we go. The fallout from the car crash that was Prince Andrew's interview that was recently aired. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I can't believe this is just a few days later. And Good Morning Britain is asking the question, should Prince Andrew answer questions from the FBI? And also one of the things that happens to the royal family when they fall into disgrace like this, they get sent on what's called a gardening vacation. And so Prince Andrew has asked his mother, the Queen, to be excused from all of his public duties, and he is going to sink into the background for quite some time, I suspect, and it'll be interesting to see whether he actually does lead his daughter down the aisle next year. Beatrice is getting married, or will it be his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York? That will be very interesting to see, but for the time being it seems like Prince Andrew is stepping into the background. Anyway, I came across an article today in The Sun, and it is 20 questions that the FBI might want to ask of Prince Andrew. But as you can see from all the news outlets around the world, everyone seems to think this was an absolute huge mistake on the part of Prince Andrew. Just about everybody. I was listening to a piece, a senior retired police investigator, who said that he didn't believe a word of it. So it just, like I say, in my last video, it leaves more questions than answers. Anyway, I'm not going to linger too long because I did speak at length in the last video about this, but I'm just going to flip over now to these couple of articles and the 20 questions, and then we'll come back and do a very quick wrap up. Okie dokie, here we go. This from RT, Prince Andrew quits public duties after car crash Epstein interview. The Duke of York has been granted permission by the Queen to step back from public duties to deal with the media fallout over his past relationship with the late sex predator Jeffrey Epstein. In a public statement on Wednesday, Prince Andrew said it had become clear to him that his association with Epstein has become a major disruption to his family's work and that he needed to step away from public duties for the foreseeable future. The statement comes after Prince Andrew sat down with BBC Newsnight for what turned into a train wreck interview which sparked hundreds of humiliating memes and prompted the Duke's PR man, who reportedly advised him against doing the interview, to quit. And this is the video that I saw earlier today, the Prince Andrew fallout. This is Good Morning Britain. Should Prince Andrew face questioning from the FBI? You see, 264,000 views and 2,000 thumbs up, 130 thumbs down. Okay, this is from The Sun. Prince quiz, 20 questions the FBI must now ask Prince Andrew about his relationship with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Former Met DCI McNeville, who wrote the force's policy on dealing with sexual offences, said Prince Andrew looked shifty and evasive, coughed and looked away and used language to deliberately minimise what happened. He drew up 20 questions the FBI should ask the Prince over his relationship with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. He added the FBI should use the interview and forensically dissect his story. It won't be that difficult to pull apart. 1. What did the butler see? 5 minutes into his interview, Prince Andrew denied holding a birthday do at Sandringham for Epstein's girlfriend Ghislaine Maxwell, saying it was a straightforward shooting party. I'd want to quiz the staff, especially the butler, about the exact nature of the party. I'd want to see the records of the food they bought and on whose orders. Was there a cake? 2. Why were you pals with Ghislaine Maxwell, and why did you see her just 4 months ago? The Prince has never fully explained his relationship with the daughter of disgraced media baron Robert Maxwell. She has been described as the madam who procured girls for Epstein's friends. Just why were they so close, even after all the horrific revelations? 3. Why did you feel the need to fly to New York and stay with someone you are no longer friends with? It is not clear why the Prince did not just ignore Epstein's calls. Why make the effort to travel to the US to say it in person, particularly if they'd had no contact in 4 years? He also needs to account for all his time there. 4. Jeffrey Epstein apparently lent £15,000 to your wife, the Duchess of York. Why didn't you return the cash when he was jailed and turn your back on him? The Duke must explain the financial arrangements between his family and Epstein. How much did the billionaire give, lend or promise? What did he expect in return? What was the implied nature of the arrangement? 5. Did he lend you money too? What other deals have you done with him that needed to be kept quiet? I'd want to know if Andrew really had to borrow money from a pedophile. Surely he could have asked other friends, banks or his family. 6. Epstein got the respectability he craved from being seen with a British prince. What did the Duke of York get in return? I'd be asking if it was just about the money or was there something else. 7. The prince says he learned from people he met through Epstein, so does not regret the relationship. I suspect they are rich. I'd ask, who were they? What did they get from you? The Duke, as a representative of the Crown, needs to name those he met at Epstein's parties. 8. Where are the diaries? Andrew says he and Epstein are not close, yet he had access to Epstein's homes, his private island and jet. To me, that tells a different story. I can't believe the Duke or one of his staff did not keep diaries of when they met. They need to be found. 9. Where are the Royal Protection Squad notes of his movements? As a senior detective seen below, I'd get my team to produce a timeline of the days and times Epstein and the Prince met. The Met must have records that could confirm everything he says. Where are those notes? 10. Who can vouch for him at Pizza Express? I find the Prince's Pizza Express claims laughable. He is very specific when he needs an alibi, but vague when the facts are against him. All the staff in that restaurant would have recognized him. There will be records of all the people working there. This is simple to verify. He could make this happen. 11. When did you leave Pizza Express? There would be time to leave the restaurant, go home, leave the daughters with nannies, and get to Mayfair's tramp, unless the dinner that you started around 5 p.m. lasted 6 hours. 12. What did you do the rest of the night? It takes around 30 minutes to get from the Woking Eatery to the family's Sunning Hill Park home. Andrew could easily have made it to the club where Virginia Roberts, then 17, claims she met him. 13. You say the photo of you with Virginia Roberts may be faked. Can you prove it? Andrew says he had an investigation done into the snap's authenticity. Who did it? What are the qualifications and findings? 14. Why did you say the photo was taken upstairs at Ghislaine Maxwell's Belgravia home, then later you say you had never been upstairs? How would you know if it was upstairs in the house when he says he'd never been up there? 15. You don't sweat. Show me the medical records. Andrew claims he doesn't sweat before changing his claim to didn't. Where is the medical evidence? When did he establish this problem? When did it change? 16. Is the tie a lie? The Prince claims he always wears a tie in London. I'd task a researcher to find photos to negate this. It would add to a troubling narrative that the Duke is not being entirely honest. 17. Did you have a foot massage? Foot massages are mentioned twice in the interview. Witnesses noted that they were given by young Russian girls. Andrew claims he did not notice anything untoward at Epstein's homes. Did he have such massages? How many places does he go where young girls do such things? 18. What happened on Epstein's Island? Prince Andrew is said to have visited Epstein's private Caribbean island 3 times. It is claimed naked girls took part in orgies there, and Virginia Roberts alleges the Duke took part in one with her, Epstein, and 8 other women. He has not properly answered that claim. 19. Were you at Epstein's Mexico ranch? Witness Deirdre Stratton said Andrew burnt food when he tried to cook at the Zorro Ranch in Mexico, where a beautiful woman was said to be provided for the Duke's pleasure. Was he there? 20. Why did you deliberately minimize what happened? Andrew excused his crimes by using phrases that downplay what happened. He says his hand was on the left side of Virginia Roberts, meaning it was on the teenager's waist. He says no activity took place when he means sex with a girl his daughter's age. He calls Epstein's crimes unbecoming when he means being a convicted sex offender. Why? Lawyer Gloria Allred calls on Prince Andrew to voluntarily be questioned by FBI during news conference with Epstein accuser. This is pouring gasoline on the embers of a fire that has been basically burning for an awful long time now, not just with Prince Andrew, but many people, too many to mention here. But so the flames are springing higher, and maybe it will turn out that the FBI will question Prince Andrew, and maybe we will get some of those answers. But the answers that he gave in his interview, no corroborative evidence, nothing to back up or substantiate any of the things that he said. You know, he went to get a pizza, there would have been a police escort and protection. Where are the logs? Yes, there was a hint of arrogance all the way through the interview. There was no acknowledgement of any of the victims, any of the girls who've been abused in all of this, who've been trafficked. There was no hint of an apology for any of his involvement in all of this. And, you know, to say that you don't regret your friendship with a convicted sex offender and human trafficker is beyond the pale. It really is. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, comment and subscribe below. And in the meantime, this is Hound Dog Steve signing off, wishing you a very pleasant evening, and we will talk very, very shortly. See you now. Bye.